Let's do this. What DIVOC? Chapter 15. TikTok. TikTok. Wait. End of week 10, May 23rd, 2020. First thing in the morning, Mac heads over to Arthur's place. He knocks. There is no answer. Mac didn't speak to Arthur yesterday as planned, as the day got away from him, so he decides to take the spare key Arthur gave him and opens the door. Getting tested can't wait any longer. He heads in and sees Arthur is on the floor. He gets a little closer, and Arthur's body is cold. He's lying dead on his own floor. Mac is in shock. He calls 911 and stays on the line until the emergency response technicians show up. It takes only 2 minutes, but it feels like 2 hours to Mac. The paramedics mention that Arthur may have been dead for over a day based on what they can see from the body. As soon as the paramedics check on Mac's blood pressure, he calls his son right away. The news sends a lightning bolt of terror down Jake's spine. Arthur is dead? Is it COVID? Could I have killed him? Jake's mind is numb. Panic sets in for both men as Mac promises to go get tested right away. Jake walks aimlessly around his apartment for hours. He must quarantine himself in his house until he has all clear about whether he has the virus or not. Jake feels as if the entire world has gone crazy. Arthur, his dad's unknown health status, what is happening with Kate and her family, and he can't do anything about any of it except stay at home and wait. He wants to call Kate so badly, but she told him not to, and she meant it. Wait is all he can do until he gets a call back from anyone. Earlier in the wee hours, Kate had called her second in command at the long-term care facility and declared that all work colleagues must now be tested again. Her residence will be locked down entirely once again, as a COVID testing unit is coming into the facility this morning to do a thorough check of everyone. Kate is embarrassed because she feels she has put her staff and residents in this precarious position. All these emotions are eating away at her, but she must ignore the little voices in her head and get this done because everyone is depending on her, and she can't let them down. She just can't take it anymore. She wakes up her entire family and then lets them know that they're coming with her to get tested also. With her health care contact, she's hoping to get the results back even quicker. Kate is numb, but that's not going to stop her. Evelyn, Monroe, and Ryan are shocked by the news, but they know that Kate is in control of this situation. Kate calls Emma to let her know also. She tells her that they're all leaving in 20 minutes. Emma processes all this new information and tells her sister, "Get mom and dad tested right away. Don't wait for us. We feel good and mom and dad are our priority." Emma promises she will head over ASAP as she'll wake up Lizzie and William and they'll be right over. Kate agrees and tells her sister to call as soon as they show up so she can make sure they know what to do when they get there. This will give her a chance to get the process started right away for her parents. Kate, Ryan, Evelyn, and Monroe drive off. Emma calmly yet quickly heads into Lizzie's room and gently wakes her up. "Come on, sweetie, we have to go. We have to go for a little drive." Lizzie is groggy, but starts to get up. Emma then heads downstairs to wake up William. While it's been okay between them for the last couple days, William's best behavior hasn't enabled him to get back to sleeping in the bedroom with Emma. Emma opens the door and says to William, "You need to get up. Kate just told me," and like a tornado, the smell of alcohol from within the room blows her over. She says out loud, "Have you been drinking again?" "No way in hell. What the?" William grumbles out of his drunken slumber and yells back, "Get the hell out of here. Let me sleep." Emma is devastated. Her marriage has now officially crumbled in her mind. His empty promises to stop drinking didn't even last a week. She yells at him, slams the door, and heads back upstairs to get Lizzie and get out of there. William hasn't shown one sign of getting out of bed yet. Teary-eyed, Emma can't believe how irresponsible he is. He won't even go get tested with them right now either. She's going with her daughter, be damned with him. This is even more reason to stay away from William. For Lizzie's sake, since he can't be bothered to get his drunk butt out of bed and do the right thing for everyone's health. Emma thinks this man needs to get out of our lives. Mac has made his way onto the testing center, explains that he has potentially been exposed to others who may have the virus. He doesn't feel sick or anything, but his neighbor is dead, and they don't know why as of yet. His son is also awaiting his test results. Mac is stoic, plowing through this process alone, as emotions are very raw. Arthur didn't deserve to die like that, without anyone. Mac feels sick to his stomach with guilt. What if he pushed harder, gone to see him sooner, done something different? The testing process is constantly evolving with more data and capacity added to the healthcare system as time progresses. There's more testing being done now than ever before, but there are those sporadic stories of random people not being able to get tested as they don't show enough symptoms to be test worthy. The whole process is confusing, just like the virus itself. Mac gets tested, heads home, and immediately lets Jake know that he's back in his apartment. Both men chat, and Jake can't help but apologize as his guilt eats away at him. Dad, LeBlanc and I may have killed Arthur and put you at risk. Mac, as always does, even when faced with great uncertainty and pain, has an ability to remain calm. Son, first don't jump to conclusions until we know what the facts are. It's easy to let our imaginations run wild on us. You and Luke did not kill anyone. You both took care of two old men who needed your help. This is not or ever will this be either of you. Don't focus on what should have been done differently. We all didn't know how to act during this. We did our best. There is no playbook to this pandemic. Everyone is making up the rules as they go. Hindsight is 20/20, therefore it's easy to know what could or should have been the right course of action after the fact. It's impossible to predict the future, and nobody has that type of vision, especially during this 2020. Arthur has passed, and we don't know from what yet, but I'm fine, and you're fine. Let's just take a deep breath. It's been a long day, and the entire Celeste family has now made it back home after getting tested. Emma and Lizzie arrived not long after the rest of the family were tested and decide to spend the night at Kate's house. Nobody is to leave the house until they get their results. Ryan is trying to keep Lizzie's mind at ease and his own, so they play some video games and tell each other some jokes. The adults are all sitting at the kitchen table talking in circles. They all try to waste time, which they don't know what to do. This will be a long couple of days. Kate is beside herself. Her family is in disarray, broken, and possibly in danger. How could she have let this happen? She keeps beating herself up, and she tells herself that her decision to have a social life ended up putting her family in this predicament. She should have known better. How could she have been so careless, she thinks. Except for the day his mom died, this has been the worst day of Jake's life. All he has done is pace back and forth, curse, stress, and think, and think some more of what he should have done or not done. The guilt, the worry, the fear of what may happen to others, the people he loves, people he may be in love with, and the people who love them. He paces back and forth aimlessly, just like a zombie. And chapter 15.2, because Lando does not deserve a chapter to himself. May 24th, 2020, still the same day. With all the serious health issues happening everywhere else the day before, Lando and Lana are unaware of anything and are getting wasted. In fact, Lando's paid for goodwill didn't last that long for Lana as they're arguing once again. Lana has had enough of him for one day and heads to bed. Lando decides to partake in his big bender as he continues to avoid what's truly bothering him. The man might be a complete asshole, idiot, manipulator, and whatever else, but he is human, and the only person who really loves him or loved him was his son. And right now that person hates him. Lanzo's narcissistic love for himself has always overshadowed and annihilated any chance he has capably of loving someone else. It's sad. His problem is that he sees in the mirror the only thing that's important to him. He downs way too much vodka. He is totally smashed and will feel it in the morning. His pity party drink fest this evening will be so intense that he won't be able to make his own show tomorrow. That's never happened before. Lando's sorry excuse for a life is all his doing. Maybe one day, maybe, he will regret how he treated others, especially his son, who simply wanted a dad. That, my friends, is chapter 15 and 15.2.